Goodness, I wasn't even up there. Hey, Linda. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. What this is all about is just us getting together, another social gathering where we learn, share, and support one another on our journeys with our loved ones on the autism spectrum. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment. And there she is. Linda, can you hear? Oh, she's muted. Let's see who's here. Okay, let me get the link in there for you, Mr. Charles. Okay, I'll put that in the chat. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Stephanie. How are you? Happy Sunday. Michelle, how are you? Hope all of you are doing good, What's going on? We'll see if Linda unmutes herself so she can say hello, and we'll wait for Mr. Charles. Hello, if you are tuning in over on TikTok, I am streaming on Facebook and TikTok for our tonight's Let's Talk Autism, where it's all about us learning, sharing, and supporting one another on our journeys with our loved ones on the autism spectrum. If you are new here or tuning in from the group, make sure you click on the video to bring you to the live chat. And how this works, if you have a question or you can help with a question, just throw it in the chat. Now, how are you doing this evening, Mr. Charles?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How about you, Nita?
I'm doing good. Oh, allergies. I can imagine how you feel.
That's not good.
That's not good. We lost Linda she must be having connection problems.
That's what it sounds like. It looks like anyway.
So
maybe internet acting up.
She shall return.
Yeah.
Michelle says, my allergies never seem to stop. I feel your pain. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm glad I've been able to be relatively free from is these allergies. I thought I had one food allergy, and then my daughter clued me in the fact that I wasn't eating mangoes right. I needed to peel them completely before eating them, and shouldn't let the skin come in contact with my mouth. And
I thought it
was allergic to mangoes, but the skin of mangoes contains urushiol, the same as the active ingredient in poison ivy. So you have to peel them completely before you eat them.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. Linda, can you hear us? Yeah, she's probably having some connection issues. So how's it going, everybody? What is going on? Once Linda gets her mic together, we'll see if she has a topic for us. Let's see if she has a topic for us. But in the meantime, if you all have anything you want to share, please feel free. You are more than welcome. Yes, Sammy. What, Sammy? What do you want? Who you want? Who you want? Who you want? Oh, it was nice. I needed that time. The concert was one. And see, Kim is one of my favorites. But the whole concert was nice. The DJ, they bought some old school players out, and Kim came out. It was beautiful. I needed that. Thank you for asking.
That was really nice. Yeah. What group did you go see?
Kim. He's a singer. They also had a group, an old school group, SOS Band, and Lucians. Yeah. So it was really, really nice. Really nice. We had some great seats. Really nice. And the crowd was hyped, so that made it even more better. Yeah, it was nice.
Cindy and I recently
Everybody.
went to a group that travels around, and they they do great imitations of the old Motown singers and groups. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, they had one group imitating the Supremes, another group imitating the Temptations, and
Oh,
doing their
okay.
songs really nice. Yeah,
Like a Motown review.
yeah. It's I went to the Motown Review once back in 1965.
Oh,
I
wow.
was in Detroit then when it was going on. I went there, and I stood out in the audience, needless to say. But yeah, it was good.
Okay. Hello, everybody on TikTok. We're having our Let's Talk Autism. And we break the monotony. It's just another way for us to come together and socialize, learn, share, and support one another. I'm live on Facebook as well as TikTok. So as you come in, you guys make sure you show some love by hitting that like or love button. If you are viewing from one of the groups, because I shared in the groups, please make sure you click on the video to bring you here in the live chat, because we may not see your comment in time from the group. So you have to click on the video to join us in the live chat. I'll try to go back and forth, but usually I always get the comments afterwards. And Michelle says, I am just being lazy. I worked 50 hours last week, which does not include 12-hour travel time. Ooh, girl.
Yeah, well, you if you worked 50 hours last week, you can't be considered lazy.
Right. You
And
did the
travel
doggone
12
thing.
hours to and from work in addition to that. No, you cannot be considered lazy.
Yeah. Enjoy your lazy time. Enjoy it to the fullest. Yes. That's Heather. Let's see. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
She logged off. I don't, there's Linda again. Linda, can you hear us? I'm going to assume you're having technical difficulties. Victoria, how are you, Victoria?
Hi, Victoria. Oh, yeah, Linda disappeared again.
Michelle said, I just meant for today. I have not moved from my bed. Well, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Yeah, that does not make you lazy today.
Yeah.
I mean, you're catching up on needed rest.
Yep, you deserve a lazy day. Yep. Mm-hmm. So how's the kiddos, everybody? How's David? Victoria, how's your babies? Michelle? How's everybody? I know school has started for most of you guys. How was this the first week for most? First week, or how's school going? Hello, everybody. TikTok, how are you guys doing? Hope you are okay. It is Sunday, and we do our Let's Talk Autism, where it's open discussion. Linda may have a topic if she is able. She's having technical difficulties now, but if you have a question, throw it in the chat. If you are a parent that can help or offer good suggestions, feel free. That's what it's all about. Us coming together, learning, sharing, and supporting one another. Linda?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you now.
There she is.
Hi, Linda.
Hey, Charles, how are you? Hi, everyone.
You want to go to
Doing
therapy?
fine.
Okay.
Now it was good to have you with us for real.
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't get my headphones to connect to my phone for some reason on StreamYard.
Oh, 10 days before school starts. Same here. We got it. Today is Declan's 8th birthday. Well, happy birthday, Declan. Wow.
Already?
Right. Time flies.
Right? What is that? 5?
I can remember when school didn't start until September anywhere, and
Yeah, me
gradually
too.
places started moving the start of the school year back.
Hmm.
Here in Connecticut, when I was growing up, it always started the Thursday after Labor Day. The Tuesday and Wednesday were teacher work days, and then Thursday was the first day of school.
Okay. Yeah, I
No,
remember starting after the 1st of September. Yeah, I remember those days. Teresa says my son David is doing good. David starts 8th grade on August the 13th. Okay, David. So
Uh,
now will he be in a sped classroom, Teresa, or is he gonna do a mixture? Yep. Happy birthday to Declan. Hey Monique. How are you? How's justice?
Hi, Monique.
That is my
yeah.
reaction already.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure when Victoria came here, it was he was 3.
Yep.
And
And,
that was 2019, right?
Andrew was
2018,
a
19.
baby, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was maybe almost 2 or something like that.
Yeah, they grow so fast. Time goes
Hmm.
by so fast. Oh
I
my
know, I know. I think about my daughter. She'll turn 52 end of the month, and I still remember her as a newborn baby, looking around. You know, I mean, right after she'd been born, looking around. I remember that, and I knew this is going to be a smart kid.
yeah. Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
So Linda, we were waiting on you to see if you had a topic for tonight.
Oh, no, actually I didn't.
Okay.
I had thought of one. Yeah, no, I had thought of one. I cannot remember. It was right after last week's live. I was like, oh,
Okay.
okay, I'll say it, but I can't even remember what it was.
Oh goodness.
Oh, that's what it was going to be. I was going
Okay.
to say, with autistic ones on the spectrum, how do you deal with loss? Like, say, a relative moves away, or there's a loss of a family member, or loss of a pet. How is that handled?
Yeah. How do you guys, and I'm over on TikTok, you guys too. So if you guys heard the question, how do you handle loss with your loved one on the spectrum? If you guys been through that, what advice would you give to another parent going through that with their loved one, like a pet or a grandparent? If they move away, not just pass away, but if they move away, what suggestions can you give, or how did you handle it?
Yeah, and I think, of course, a lot depends on the child and the child's level of understanding of things. Um, I think the move away issue didn't arise when I was growing up because of the fact that we lived away from all the other relatives. We weren't near any of the other relatives where we lived, so that
So
didn't
you
exist
weren't
too much.
close. You didn't have any close cousins
Well,
to
I
make you
had some cousins that I enjoyed seeing, but they didn't live close to us. We lived
okay.
in the New York area, first in New York City, then farther out in Long Island, and then in Connecticut. And when most of our relatives were in Michigan, and those that weren't in Michigan were in other scattered places, but none were living near us, so that didn't exist. But the part about people dying, I think one thing is, you know, is you can kind of get ahead of the game, and to the extent the child is able to understand the concept, explain the fact that people die, and then when somebody actually does die, the child can it's easier to explain it to the child than if death is a totally new concept to the child. And the same with moving around. Explain that people move around, and tell somebody, perhaps somebody, a child doesn't know that just moved, and what that implies, what it entails, and so on. And then if somebody that is close to the child has to pack up and move to the other side of the country. It's easier to explain that than if that's a totally new concept to the child.
And I guess it would be easier nowadays too with uh, technology, because you still have Zoom and you can still see them and things like that. So I guess that that's a big difference.
Yeah, technology really helped if they
Yeah,
just moving away. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree with
exactly.
that.
And
But
then
then
it's
how do we handle death?
yeah, exactly, yeah. Or
What
like I
will we?
was,
Oh, go
oh
ahead.
sorry, like I was thinking when the reason why that came up because Steve asked me how DeAndre was handling Sammy being gone.
Mhm.
Um, so that was the thing. Like, how did he handle that?
Now, you guys, Sammy is my dog. So DeAndre and Sammy are buds, but Sammy running away didn't really affect him.
Oh, okay.
So DeAndre was more or less okay. He's gone. What you want
Oh.
Yeah.
me to do? That kind of
Hmm.
thing.
But he did know he was gone. I mean, he knew what happened.
What? No, not really. He didn't really pay any attention. To be honest, he didn't know why I was upset.
Oh,
DeAndre just went on about his day. Now I can tell you when my dad passed,
oh,
he was looking for him. That he realized when we had the memorial for my dad, he realized he was gone. Even his other papa, because
oh,
his
yeah,
dad's dad died the day after my dad died. So
yeah,
he
that's
lost
right.
two papas and he recognized it. But I have my dad's picture right here, matter of fact, on the wall. So what I do every day, I say, "Who is that?" And I ask him, "That's Papa." And see, Papa used to always take him to Costco and Walmart. So he asked about that for a little while. And then I guess he realized, Papa's not coming back. But he recognized, the funerals, the memorials. So that was kind of hard because I didn't know how he would handle it because Papa was his boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Therapy. You want to go to therapy? Yeah. You want to say hi to everybody? Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi,
DeAndre.
DeAndre.
How
Hi,
are you?
DeAndre.
How are you? Doing you and you. Therapy.
Fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. How are you, DeAndre?
He said, you and
Good.
you and you and you.
Very good.
Okay. Okay, go sit down. CBS cars. We'll go get one tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
When I was growing up, I would pretend that these stuffed animals and figurines I had were people, and so occasionally I pretend that one of them died, and I had this stuffed figurine of a man named Richard, and I pretended that Richard died, but instead of having a funeral, I had all the other characters had a Richard party at which they ate Richard.
That was a twist. Oh my goodness. I didn't
Yeah,
expect that.
yeah, the mind of a child. Funeral just seemed impractical to me. It seemed more practical, make use of his body, eat him.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Victoria says, be straight, be brutally honest, be ready to comfort, and answer questions repeatedly. Yeah. 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 Definitely be straight so they'll understand. And Teresa says, when we lost my sister to stage 4 cancer last year on August 4th, I had to break the news to my son David. That was his aunt that passed away. He took it the hardest. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry for your loss. Michelle says, this is a subject we have dealt with a lot. We just sat down and discussed it, but he had issues even after. Still now, every once in a while, he will break down and cry for a bit at school. So they have needed to have some therapy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's good so they can understand, you know, death
and
or
I think sometimes too, and again, this depends on the child's level of comprehension. But
right,
to the extent that the child is able to comprehend, it's a good idea. Be proactive about it before anybody dies. While at a time when you're not expecting anyone to die soon. In fact, preferably, just explain the fact that people die to the best you can, the child's comprehension. That gives you a chance to answer questions in a situation that's not emotionally charged, uh,
right.
where neither your emotions nor the child's emotions, um, you know, I mean, because let's face it, a family member has just died. You're feeling sad about it yourself, and now in that state, now you've got to explain to the child that the child has no concept what death is. Um, it's better the child have a concept of what death is before it, it ever happens to anyone. You know,
That would that would be another for the social stories. That would be
Yeah.
another great time for social stories to come in before those things happen. Maybe giving them a visual and to help, especially with DeAndre's level of understanding. He knows when someone's not around for a while because he'll start repeating their names over and over again.
and
Um,
of course my daughter's not on the spectrum. I'm the one who is, but
right,
but
right.
I remember even when my uncle Bob died from lung cancer. Even when he was dying from lung cancer, I told my daughter, even though she never met him in her life, but this, for one thing, alerted her to the dangers of smoking, and this is why this is the problem with cigarettes, and she learned at an early age that they were cancer sticks.
Um, hey Sonia,
Hey, Sonia.
Hi,
this speech
Sonia.
is getting so good and clear. Yeah,
That's really
it,
good.
some things with him you can't understand, but Michelle says, lost my mom in 2020, lost my brother and sister in 2021, then lost my brother-in-law last year. We have met our 10-year-old. Wow.
Wow.
Quote.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Wow, that's a lot, Michelle. So
Well,
sorry for your losses.
it reminds me kind of when I was sitting outside, the house where the repast for my first wife Judy was being held, and talking with Heloise, who would months later become my new wife. But she was telling me she had lost 3 family members earlier that year. First, her brother, who was on the down low, had died from AIDS, and then her father had died from old age, and then she had a nephew that got gunned down in the streets of New Haven in a gang-related shooting.
Mhm. Oh, sorry to hear that.
So I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. Hi, Annette.
Hi, Annette. Welcome. Michelle says my oldest brother still has no real idea. He just says, "Mom is no more," or "Bye bye, mom." Oh.
Yeah.
Well, from him saying that, he knows something. He knows that she's not here. So I agree with Charles. You must handle it on the level of the individual. Yeah. Yes. Definitely. I missed something from Teresa. Okay. He will be in special education for 3 classes and general education for the other 3 classes. Okay, so he has split. Very good. Well, I hope he has a fantastic school year. Hey, Spencer. Recovering from surgery. Uh-uh. Recovering from surgery, Joshua has been such a nice, caring nurse. Oh,
Yeah,
our autistic kids care and love hard, and they do. I'm getting around like an old man. Oh, well, here's to a fast healing, quick recovery.
that's nice.
Prayers for a quick recovery, Victoria says. Yeah. Yes, our babies can be um, very loving uh, and show emotions when they're sad. What? That's the question, Mr. Charles. So, how are your emotions? How do you handle your emotions? Would you say you are emotionless, less,
Oh, definitely
or
not.
do you
Definitely not.
feel? Because
Oh, definitely.
there used to be that talk that autistic individuals don't have any emotions. What do you say about that, Mr. Charles?
I think maybe it's because sometimes we don't express our emotions in the way that most people do, and so people may assume that we're emotionless, or we don't have the same emotional reactions to the same things.
Okay.
But you take a child, for example. You get parents that kids have broken TV sets, for example, like throwing things at them. Well, that's an expression of an emotion there. That's anger. You know, Obviously the child is not emotionless. The child just feels different emotions. It feels frustration over
Yeah.
things that
Their way of
might be able to
communicating.
understand. Yeah, and so that's the thing and sometimes too when one emotion dominates, and they feel a lot of frustration, that may suppress some other emotions they might otherwise feel and express.
Yeah, I
True Billy
notice. Oh,
also says bye bye to us all. But honestly, if he is dealing with grief without the pain, I envy him all.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think with everything though, after a certain time, you accept the loss. It takes different amounts of time for different people and under different situations, depending on the relationship to the individual, and that's the thing. You know, uh, but I think after Heloise's death, what I had to consider when it came to pursuing remarriage was being fair to my new mate, being fair to my new wife. It wouldn't be fair to a woman I would be looking for to be my new wife if I was still at a certain point in my grief over Heloise. I would have to get past a certain point. And one thing I decided was I would have to get to the point where I was ready to take down the wedding pictures I had of her up in the apartment before I could propose to somebody else. So, that's the thing. I realized, she's gone. It's not for her sake that I have to consider things. It's for what's fair to a woman I would be looking at as a potential new wife.
I
Yeah, I know
think
I
too.
was on the wrong page.
I think too. I think part of it, depending on their level, um, part of it in preparing them
Yes, good
beyond
one.
that everybody dies is the belief system, what you believe happens when somebody's lost, and teaching them that they can kind of know what to expect and what the belief system is. I think that all that together, being regular, is what will help them through it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And of course, it's important not to tell a child anything you don't personally believe. If you don't personally believe it, don't tell it to the child. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, I was on the wrong page. I'm trying to get on the right one now. Wrong page. Goodness gracious. Nita.
You ever take DeAndre to the Henry Ford Museum for the cars?
No, we
No,
haven't
really?
been there. Mm-mm,
Oh,
we haven't been out there. No, and it's right up the street.
I know it is. Yeah, yeah. That's why I asked. It's right there.
Right up the street.
Yeah,
No, we haven't been there.
because
Been
he
downtown.
worked near there, didn't he? Didn't he work
Uh,
near the the Big Lots over there? Didn't he?
yeah, it wasn't not too far from it.
Yeah.
Not too
Yeah.
far.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it been back the other direction, but not too far.
Oh, okay.
Hmm Molly is extra emotional all the time. Declan is pretty level when it comes to emotions. Andrew is, it's hard to know what he's feeling behind all his giggling and laughing.
And I think that last thing underlines why some people get the impression that autistic people don't have emotions, because they see somebody, is giggling and laughing all the time, or in some other way acting as though they don't have any emotions. We don't always express our emotions in the way that other people expect.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that with Emily. She used to, because we read the emotions the way that we would present the emotions. Um, like for example, one time we were coming home, I was picking her up from school, and there was roadkill, there was a raccoon, but it made her like uncomfortable, but it made her giggle instead of like, oh my goodness, you know. But then I started to notice more and more that that's what she did when she was kind of like uncomfortable. So where we would think, oh, is that person laughing, laughing at this? But and then I read about that too, so it made sense and it helped after I learned that, that's an like an anxiety type of reaction.
Yeah.
Tia says, my son says he is sad at first, but remembers even though they are dead in the real world, he keeps their memory alive in his heart and remembers the good times with them. He's helped us to do things in memory of his grandmother that passed away 1 year ago now on Thursday. Oh, sorry for your loss. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, at least he knows to keep their memories alive.
That's nice, Tia. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Now,
Does that.
one thing about DeAndre that he has a couple times he's just started crying. I mean, I'm talking about boo-hoo tears. And I would try to console him, and I'm trying to figure out what is wrong. Why are you crying? I mean, real tears just coming out. He's just booing, and he can't tell me, what's wrong. He just, he keeps crying. And he's done this a couple times. And I'm like, I'm calling my mama, and what do you think? I'm like, what? Why is he crying? Did somebody hurt you? Did somebody say something to you? But I'm still at a loss because, like I said, he's done that a couple times, but I never knew what was wrong. I just don't know. It's like a mystery. And when DeAndre, when he cries, there is something wrong, because,
Yeah.
that boy don't cry.
Yeah.
But I mean, he really boo-hooed. I mean, tears, and he go lay down. He'll hug me. I say, hug me. He'll hug me tight, still crying. But yeah, that's happened a couple times. I just don't know, what's behind that.
Yeah, Emily did that. It's been a long while, maybe a year at least. She did that maybe about a handful of times, and and she just would be wiping the tears away, like she was just so sad, crying, not like a meltdown, not like a fit, but like she was sad. And we
Right.
ask her, what happened? Are you okay? Was it at school? And we could never get the answer from her. But yeah, it's hard because something's wrong because it's
Right.
different, but you can't
And it's
get the
scary.
answer. Yeah, it is.
And you feel helpless because
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I want to help you so bad.
Yeah.
Why are you crying? Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you like, who hurt you? So I
Yeah,
can go
right.
to jail.
All right.
Who hurt my baby?
Exactly. Yeah. Because you don't know, and then you feel bad because you know that they're feeling something that they
Right.
cannot explain.
Express it. Right.
So yeah, imagine like if we were going through something like that and we couldn't speak about it.
Mm-hmm. Michelle says, I think people think empathy is emotion. Jaden has very little empathy or outward empathy for most things. But if you talk with him, you can see that he does have empathy. It is just that other people cannot see it. Okay.
Yeah, and that's I think you hit the nail on the head. Two reasons why I think people tend to think that we don't have empathy. One is our not expressing. One is it sometimes is a little challenging for us to recognize what other people are feeling, but then also, we may not express, the fact that we are sympathizing with somebody else. We may not express it in a way that people expect, so they think that we're lacking empathy.
Teresa says, all seventh grade, it affected David's grade and his behavior.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, you can usually when there's a change, something's going on. Hey, Danielle. Oh, you guys, I don't know if you guys seen the video, but I hadn't been to a couple of DeAndre's baseball games, right? And I know I told most of you that he would just walk, hit the ball, and just mosey, just walk, not trying to run. But his dad sent me the video from yesterday of my baby running to the base.
All
He hit
right.
the ball and
Uh-huh.
ran. I was so excited watching that video. I think I watched it about 100 times. Look at him go. Look at him go. Yeah, that was exciting. Hey TikTok, I had started the live on my wrong page, my other page. But here I am. We are doing our Let's Talk Autism, which we do every Sunday at 7:00. And I'm gonna put Sammy down because he's in a kissing mode. You wetting me all up, Sammy. We are doing our Let's Talk Autism, where we learn, share, and support one another and break the monotony sometimes. Have a laugh or two. Just another way for us to get together and learn, share, and support one another. Daniel has had a few of those crying episodes, but couldn't express. Yeah, that's so mysterious, It's like, what's wrong? What's going on? Did you fall? Did someone say something to you? Did someone hit you?
When I was growing up, I think, people have asked if I had meltdowns. I think meltdowns for me took the form of crying.
Okay.
When a situation got to be such that it was confusing to me, I would cry.
Okay. When things got overwhelming or just outright confusing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jaden will do the same thing, just cry away, unconsolable. Then he will say, I miss grandma all or aunt or someone. But that is about all I get out of him. Okay. See, I can't get nothing out of DeAndre. You just have to give our loved ones space. They find their own way out of that baseball field. I saw the video. Go, DeAndre. Yes, I was just Yeah, he needed time to get used to everything because oh my God, you should have seen me. Look at my baby. And I missed it.
Yeah.
Mhm. That was exciting. Yes, indeed. Mhm.
Well, baseball is a game that it takes some, it has some concepts to it. You have to. It takes a certain amount of mental ability to play it because you have to have the concept of getting to a base, and then the concept of knowing when okay. I mean, obviously, you hit the ball, you run to first base. Understand first of all, when you're out. Okay. On the other hand, if you make it to first base, understand, should I keep running or should I stop here? Being
Right.
able
With,
to
with with
understand that.
with DeAndre, his problem is, as I told y'all, when he gets around a lot of people, he kind of, until he gets comfortable.
That's
So
another thing too.
yeah, yep, he shies up, or he's all up under somebody, or he's just those hands. He gets to stemming. I mean, that anxiety gets to going. But once he's comfortable with the setting, and he's played a few times, so I guess now he's looking at everybody else is running and having fun. Let me do it. So yeah, I think he just had to get out of it.
And I think
Nita, are they playing? Oh, is it up yet? I think I should have him keep going since we got him this far. So yeah, is the information available yet? Let me know. I'll sign him up. Um, did he always want to play baseball, or did you find a way to get his interest? Well, this is the Miracle League. Actually, Danielle, who I was just speaking to, she sent the information over to me. So it's special needs kids, exceptional needs kids from all types of disabilities that play baseball. So it's really wonderful. So he also played basketball with his school, unified basketball, where the mainstream kids play with the exceptional needs kids together as a team. So yeah, had to keep them busy, something to keep them busy. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna sign them up. I got to get Kiyomi too. She was with her mom this weekend. So
yeah, actually what I said applies to pretty much all team sports. They all, and that's some concepts that require a certain amount of comprehension.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey everybody, if you're in, please share some love. Let me know you're here by saying hello. This is our Sunday Let's Talk Autism, where it's open discussion, just another outlet for safe space for us to learn, share, and support one another. I am live on Facebook as well as TikTok. And if you have a question, you can share it in the chat. Um, if you know the answer or can offer some advice for our parents, please feel free. That's what it's all about. And yeah, I took 30 minutes. I was on the other page and I should have been on this one.
Oh well,
Hello to you. Please make sure you share some love. And those of you, if you are viewing from inside our group, make sure you click on the video that'll bring you to the live chat. If you want to join us up here, just let me know. Matter of fact, it's 7:47, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat. So if you'd like to come on up, we have a few more minutes before we log off for the night. If you'd like to come up and if you have something going on, if you have an event, a group, You just want to share some motivation, some inspiration, you want to share a story, or you just want to say hi, feel free to follow that link and come on up and join us. So, are they also, are they bowling this year, Danielle, in the fall? I'd like to get them started doing some bowling. He's supposed to be going bowling next weekend.
Yeah. It's something when you think about how the different team sports are, for kids who have special needs of one sort or another. And, one distinction between things like baseball, football, bowling, and golf on one hand, and on the other hand, sports like basketball, hockey, and soccer is the latter type of sports. The action is constant, it's continuous, whereas baseball, football, bowling, and golf, it's one play at a time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, registration. Okay, they will actually bowl January through March. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably get them bowling also.
Hi, Teresa.
Hello.
Hey, Teresa, how are you doing this
Hey.
evening?
Right now, trying to deal with my allergies.
Oh, yeah.
I got my
That's
seasonal
not
allergies
here
kicked
for
in.
you, huh?
It just kicked in.
Okay. You take anything for it?
Yeah, I take some allergy pills for it.
Okay. Well, I hope you feel better.
I hope so too. I gotta feel better before school starts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You started your school shopping yet for your baby?
I did all that in the month of April.
Oh, you got a real early start.
Well, because I knew he was going to hit his growth spurt during the summertime, so I might as well get his clothes in April then,
Uh-huh.
and his shoes and all that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like when I told David about the death of my sister back of that day of last year, when I told him, it affected everything at school.
Okay.
It affected everything. He wouldn't do any of his assignments at all.
Wow.
He would argue with his teachers. He would slam his computer down closed and just not talk to anybody.
Yeah, was that somebody he had a lot of contact with?
They were like this. They were two peas in a pod.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Whereas that's the difference. When I was growing up, we were geographically away from the rest of the family. It was a 3-day drive back in those days before they built the interstates to get between where we were and where the relatives were. So, we only saw them in the summer on summer vacation. So, when I lost, first my maternal grandfather, and then later my paternal grandfather, they weren't individuals I'd been close to, because we only got to see
They were far away.
family, generally once a year.
So, Teresa, how did you handle that situation? Did he get extra therapy? I'm saying extra.
He had a lot of help at school.
Okay, the school
He had
help.
all the teachers, the campus security guards there with him.
Okay.
They would go in the classroom to check up on him, see how he's doing, pull him to the side, and just talk to him and all that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And then when I get the notice from his teacher about it, then when he gets home, he says, "David, always think about the good things you had with her. Think about the fun memories you had of her picking you up in 5th and 6th grade. Every single day she would go and pick him up from school. Not every single day, but like 2 days a week. She would go pick him up from school, take him out to go get Starbucks or Jack in the Box
Mhm.
and all that.
So that was one of his favorite people.
Yeah, and he would go over there and hang out with her and all that during the
Okay.
summertime and all that. And he has a lot of her memorabilities, memory stuff that
Okay.
belonged to her.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least he has some things that help keep the memory alive.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but he didn't realize today was the 1 year anniversary today at all. He didn't realize it was today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we still have a few more minutes, you guys. If anyone wants to come on up, feel free. If you have a business, doing a service, organization, a group, you just want to share something motivational, inspirational, we take these last few minutes for that time. Feel free to follow the link and come on up and join us. Yeah. Linda, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, there she is. I thought so. Oh, she might be having technical
No,
No.
Linda, what you should have said, no, I ain't here.
Mr. Charles.
Like on Zoom, if somebody asks, "Can you hear me?" I'll say no. Thing is, you have to say no right away. But you can't. Wait.
Can't let it wait.
Right away. No, and you gotta say just the word no. You can't say I can't hear you. Just say no.
No.
And what's hard about it too with having kids with autism, when they take the news of a family or a friend, it's hard to find therapy for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the hardest thing to find, because nobody will want to take on somebody that has autism.
Okay. I guess that it would. Guess it would probably depend, like, with their level of understanding. You know, how difficult will it be to give them, the support they need?
Yeah, because I went through a community hospice center where I live.
Okay.
And they spoke to him, but he has, at her funeral, we all got T-shirts with her face on it and with the picture of a butterfly, because that's what she loved. And he wore that to his therapy appointment, and he just broke down and said, "My auntie died," and just cried.
Yeah, and that's the thing that she couldn't anticipate that was going to generate a reaction like that. That would have been better for her not to wear anything like that.
It was that because he wanted to show his therapist of who passed away.
Yeah.
And who he was talking about.
Danny, yeah. I know you love me. I know.
Yeah, well, of course, he wanted to show the picture. That was good, but I'm saying it sounded like you were saying she was wearing something that.
No, it was David. David wore the T-shirt.
He was, okay, that's what I misunderstood.
David wore a T-shirt of his picture of his aunt on there. He also has a picture of her in his bedroom.
Yeah,
and a lot of stuff that was hers that are hanging up.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. The pictures of the person you've lost. And that's
he understands. He understands and all that.
I mean, the thing, I go back to, I lost my second wife, Eloise. I would have kept her pictures up if I were not pursuing. If I had not been pursuing remarriage, I would have kept her pictures up. In fact, if I had remained single till now, I'd still probably have a lot of pictures up in my house now.
It's like my brother-in-law. He made a promise to his wife that he would be here for me, my brother, and my son. He would always be here for us, and he's keeping that promise.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
and all that, because it's like it's helping David and all that, because he got to finally eat one of her favorite foods, which is tacos.
Yeah.
Oh, he likes tacos, huh?
Yeah, now he likes tacos now. And before I couldn't even get him to eat tacos, but now he likes it with the with plain and with hot sauce on it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Gee.
The hot sauce is good because that'll put hair on his chest.
Don't mention that he's already getting there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hot sauce helps.
Pammy says hi.
Yeah. Well, Sammy doesn't understand hi. What you got to say to Sammy?
Hi.
Woof.
Woof,
Woof.
woof, woof. Now he's looking at me with his
Yeah,
ears
now that he
pointed.
understands.
What are you talking about? Oh,
See, when we think dogs are barking, what they're really doing is reciting canine poetry, otherwise known as doggerel.
okay. Michelle says, you are amazing. You are love. You are a rock star. You are enough. You know what your babies need, and you are strong enough to make sure those needs are met. Or you are strong enough to fight to make sure those needs are met. Yes. We are so happy you are here. Your voice matters. Keep up the good work. You are the mama and papa bears this world needs. Keep up the fight and keep doing the best you can. Take care of your own needs so you can keep it up. Thank you for all the work you do and your voice. I think that was it there. Yeah. And your voice. It's very needed on this day and age, and have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for that, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too have a great week, Michelle.
Yeah, he's grounded. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got him a little extra long leash for the backyard because I still got to get part of my fence closed off where he can slide through because he's so little. So I got to get that part fixed. So when you want to go outside, okay, I'll let you in the backyard, clip that leash on, and he runs up to the gate and has to stop.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Right. Thought I was headed out. Okay, you guys. Have a great Pam says have a great week, everyone. Sorry I missed tonight. That is okay. We'll be back same time, same place next week, Sunday at 7 p.m. for Let's Talk Autism. Great discussion tonight, you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. As you're leaving out, make sure you show some love. Hit that like or love button. Thank you, you guys over here on TikTok. For those of you who tuned in, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, especially Pete. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll see you guys later. Any last words, Linda?
Just have a great week, everyone.
Mr. Charles?
Yeah, everybody have a great week. And you too, Pam, have a great week. And we'll see you next week. And, everybody take care and think about what we said about, being proactive about the subject of death or about moving away. Be proactive and in the light of your child's level of comprehension, try to explain to him that these things happen at a time when it's not happening to anybody. Then when it does happen, you've got less explaining to do, and particularly in an emotionally charged situation.
Okay, and Pete says, thank you, Michelle, also. Okay, you guys. Teresa, any last words?
Just have a good weekend and just love your babies.
Thank you, Danielle. Okay, you guys. See you guys soon. Talk to
Bye.
you soon. I appreciate you.
Bye.